From the traditional to the slightly theatrical, the possibility of coal trains coming to Seattle stirs up plenty of protest. 2,300 people packed 2 rooms at the convention center today for a public hearing.
Most were opposed to the plan, which would put a coal terminal near Bellingham, sending more trains through the state. KING5's Joe Fryer is live along the rails with more on what happened. Joe.
Well, Lori, one man actually flew in from Montana to voice his concerns. Montana and Wyoming are where the coal would start, eventually working their way through Seattle here, up north to the proposed terminal, then overseas to Asia. Supporters say it would be good for the economy, but opponents fear that more trains could tie up traffic and hurt air quality. Outside of the convention center, they could be as loud as they wanted.
They say coal train!
We say coal train!
Activists marched through Seattle, protesting plans to send more coal through Seattle. A message punctuated by Rod Tharp's giant overheating globe.
We need to cut back on the use of fossil fuels.
Join this gaggle of trending.
Inside the convention center, a couple thousand people filled 2 rooms for a public hearing.
No more coal.
The overwhelmingly anti-coal crowd was asked to express itself quietly as speakers voiced their concerns.
I spent nearly $500 on a plane ticket,
including one man who flew here from Montana to talk only for the allotted 2 minutes.
How can I express the staggering impacts of 125 years of ranching, facing condemnation of 9 miles of our private land on an unneeded railroad and coal mine, and condense my comments into 2 minutes?
In the sea of anti-coal red, there was some pro-terminal green. Those who feel more jobs outweigh any dust coming from passing trains.
I have never smelled a coal train, but you can walk up 2nd Street and there's 1 to 12 cigarettes every city block. Believe me, I smell those.
Cindy Sonnenthal says no one wanted any of the literature explaining her side of the issue.
And so I got up to speak and say, well, you're not going to believe me until I tell you that the company that's building Gateway Pacific Terminal is one of the goodies.
After speaking, people were more receptive. But it's clear after tonight, this large anti-coal locomotive is still marching on. So many people wanted to speak at the hearing, they actually needed a lottery to determine who could talk. Government agencies will take that input and use it to put together an environmental review for the project. Live in Seattle, Joe Fryer, KING5 News.